Okay, we are live. This is our first live show for our Besties book club. This is the first one. We're discussing People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Is that her name? What is? Should we start with what everyone rated it? Maybe.
Oh my god!
I gave it 5 stars.
Did you?
I gave it 5 stars.
Yeah. I loved it.
I gave it 4. It was good.
I think 4.
I didn't finish the book.
But so far, what would you give it?
Yeah, it's sitting at like a 4-star at the minute.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Should we talk about spoilers straight away, or should we say what's the book about first? Who wants to do that? Because I can't remember anything about this book.
Oh my god.
I didn't finish it, so I didn't know half the story.
Just here for the vibes. Just here for the vibes.
Just here for the vibe, the message.
Yeah, just here to sit here and enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
Bisma, do you remember?
Okay. So we want to talk about spoilers, or do we just want to talk regular? What do we think about the relationship? What do we think about the plot? How was it?
I think for me, a friends to lovers relationship, it was probably the best friends to lovers I've read, but for me, I don't think a friends to lovers romance is ever going to get a 5-star.
Yeah.
I've never found one yet that have given me the 5-star vibes. There's just something missing. There's always that element of miscommunication in a friends to lovers where they've actually loved each other for so many years and we could have had so much more, but they only admit it at the last minute because they didn't want to lose each other as friends. And I don't know why, I just don't really like that trope all the time. Bisma does.
Okay.
So very sorry.
No. Not all of the time, but I think just it was so well done in this book. And I could imagine myself in this situation. Realistically, if you had a guy best friend, would you want to ruin it? No, you don't want to be the only one to be hey, I think you're hot as hell, I want to be with you. If you've been best friends
so much risk.
Yes.
If you do that, he's no, I don't like you at all. It's okay, we can do it again.
Yeah. And then he gets a girlfriend. And then you're oh well.
Yeah. Well, there goes. Yeah.
I like that it was her though. I like that it's her because normally it's the guy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that it was her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I really liked about him was that he waited for her to make the move, because realistically, a lot of the time guys are the ones that do it, and sometimes you ruin really good relationships by doing that. So.
Yeah. It really does.
I feel he wouldn't have done it either because his character was I feel he was such a quiet, broody guy, whereas Poppy, she's quite eccentric. She's way different from him, and that's why I like them together because they balance each other out. I want to say
they do.
Yeah, that's why I was so shocked that she didn't say something, because all of her other relationships in the books are so fast. They're she's yeah, I met this guy and now we're together and now we're planning our future maybe. So it was just so good to see, because you said they're different, but they're so good together. And I think that's what a lot of people think that you don't need in a relationship is you need somebody who's exactly like you. But that's so boring. I'm so loud. I would probably need somebody who tells me to shut up from time to time, you know? Not in that way, but you know what I mean. I know respect the quiet and the peace sometimes, and I really like that about him, and I really love him as a character.
I love how he said yes to every single adventure that Poppy suggested
yes!
to. I love that in Friends.
Yeah,
yes.
Really did.
Okay, but that scene, I think my favorite scene is when she's really sick and he just shows up.
Yes.
Oh, that scene was my favorite chapter. He cancelled his holiday to go bring her soup and look after her while she was sick. Like, yeah.
Did the book say what kind of soup that he gave her?
What kind of soup?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Her like, I don't remember. It was just some soup.
Is that the most
chicken noodle?
Chicken soup. Probably.
Yeah. Something regular. Boring. Do we have a favorite scene? Is it this one?
Tinder scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tinder one.
No. Oh, yes! Oh my god!
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I was like, I think I texted Soph, I was like, I'm losing my mind. They're literally looking at each other. They're looking at each other's Tinders and saying they would swipe right on each other, and they don't want to say they love each other. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like that scene and the soup scene, not from Akamath, the soup scene from this book. Like, imagine time to tell each other that they liked each other, because like he flew across the country to bring you soup. Like, you don't do that for anybody.
Are you saying you prefer that scene to Akamath's scene?
No. Oh my god.
No. Are you kidding me? Because what happened after that?
No, absolutely not.
There was going to be a fight then.
Oh my god. Okay. Should I look? Okay, a lot of people were asking, like, what's the difference between the US and the UK? So I feel like we should have this conversation because I've heard, like, mixed opinions on this. So, like, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts.
I don't know.
I want Soph to start.
Why? I was the one that discovered the difference because before me, like, no one knew. We just went to Reddit, like, what the hell is wrong with the two books? And then it was just, so there's this part in the book. In the UK version, it's not there, but like when they first like get together, he says in the US one he gets a vasectomy, and then in the UK one nothing happens. Like they just talk like, I'm not on the pill. Okay, it's okay, you know. But that's the only difference, and we didn't really know why
they changed that.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
I think it was because they thought that it was messed up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the UK one came out like a good while after the US one, so I feel like maybe they gotten feedback on the US one, realized maybe this wasn't the best thing to put in the book, and then they changed it for the UK one.
Yeah.
Really weird. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I thought it was romantic, but like now that I'm looking back on it, no, it's not romantic. I mean, listen, I personally think like it's better for a guy to get a vasectomy than a girl to get on birth control because there's so many side effects, like so many, and like most vasectomies can be reversed. So therefore, it's fine. But he was in a relationship with somebody else when he did that, and that's not okay. Because that girl, I think, didn't we all know that she wanted kids? Like, that's so messed up that you never told her. And you did it because of her, and then you didn't even tell her you liked her. You didn't end your relationship with that girl. No.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's also a bit presumptuous that, like, that Poppy was going to sleep with him because, like, why, you know?
I would just say that, like, maybe he knew they were at least going to sleep together because remember that scene? I forgot what country it was in, but they were really, like, she
Croatia.
was, like, Croatia, I think. Yes, it was Croatia. That's the big plot thing. Yes. In Croatia. So I thought maybe he was like, okay, she's gonna.
I just thought it was weird that she changed that scene. Like, she could have put a different ending, like, just like, you know, buy the 2 editions. She changed that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That is weird. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get there.
Yeah.
Or the soup.
Yeah, I didn't really get that far in.
It's okay.
What did we think of the whole Croatia thing, like the whole plot twist of the book, like their argument? What did we think?
Lucy, first.
Yeah, I think it was great. Yeah, loved it. Best part of the book, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Can someone remind me what happens in that part?
This feels like a class project.
On a,
Yeah,
Like
you're
a
good,
book
you're good.
report.
when you haven't done the work.
I think that I personally think I'm Team Alex on that. I would be fucking pissed, to be honest. Like
Mhm.
you don't just say that. I don't know. Like I thought it was just like not okay because if their friendship is so important, they could never just be like friends with benefits. Like it would never work like that. Because like you shouldn't treat your friendship that you guys say that is so important to you as like something that is just like a one-time thing because you both need something. Like
Mhm.
that's so dumb. Don't do that. And I honestly like I thought it was just like disrespectful to their whole thing because they both knew for especially I think like he's the one that accepted it first maybe, but she was like beating around the bush, so I think maybe she was thinking like if I just do this maybe everything that I'm feeling for him will go away.
Mhm. Yeah.
I feel like she was bringing up Sarah quite a bit because I know Alex was with Sarah for most of the book when he wasn't with Poppy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that was such a cop out, I want to say.
Yes. Oh my god. And remember when she saw Sarah again, like, and she was like, take him off the market? Like, seriously, take that man off the market.
Yeah.
Because I would not be okay with that. Like, what?
I felt
Imagine like
so
getting into
bad.
a relationship with somebody like that, like, and they're just in love with somebody else.
Yeah.
No.
Also, yes. That was
Yes.
also
Yes.
Oh my
I
god.
can't remember what happened in the mountain scene.
That was like the scene where she hurt herself. I forgot what country they were in.
Oh yeah.
But she hurt herself and he carried her down the whole mountain.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. It was
He's just a great guy.
amazing.
He
Yeah.
only works.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, but I think with the whole Croatia thing, like they made it a big part of the book that they had this huge falling out like 2 years ago that they didn't talk for 2 years. And then it was just that. And that
Yeah.
was just again miscommunication. Like they one conversation and that would have fixed it because they didn't fight when they like reunited. Like they just went straight on holidays together. So why did they wait 2 years? Why did they like why was that the plot twist, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be way bigger.
Yeah.
And then it was just that little thing.
I know.
Didn't the Croatia trip where they went with their like they were a couple with other people? Like they had boyfriend and Poppy got a pregnancy scare, right?
Oh
She
yeah.
thought-
is that the same trip?
I think that was a different trip.
I think that's another trip. Just
Okay,
because like
then
they
I'm
were by
wrong.
themselves. Yeah, but that was a trip. I just also everybody that they've met in the book was so cool. Like that is so fun. Everybody in that book, except okay, I did not like Sarah, but like then I put myself in her shoes and I would be exactly like her. But honestly, if I was her, I would have not gone forward with the relationship. Like I can be as cool as I want to be, but like you going on a trip with this girl that she's all that you talk about. I don't know how to feel about that. No.
She was just put there as an obstacle why they couldn't be together. Like she had no development, nothing.
Yeah, and I thought it was very immature.
I like that the author didn't treat that as like a man and woman cannot be friends. Like she treated it as I can see that you're important to each other in a different level, but it's just not a friendship. I like that because a lot of people will be like, no, because she's a woman. You're a man.
Yeah.
They like that.
Oh my god, yeah.
Which one? The one that
Is it
the one? Yeah. Oh my god. If that happened, I would be like, excuse me, why are you following me everywhere? That is scary. Oh my god.
I know.
Do you think Alex and Poppy are going to last? I know there was an epilogue.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
when. Was the epilogue set like months after, or was it years?
I think it was like, yeah, I think it was like
A month.
yeah, something like that. They're just being annoying in New York. They're just
Mm,
being
yeah.
annoying in New York. Yeah. I think they would last, to be honest. Just because, like, honestly, who else in the world is gonna take care of them the way that they take care of each other? Nobody else, I feel. Not even me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they already have been in love for so many years that, like, you know, they know each other.
Yes. And like that's something that's scary about love is like you really have to put all of your eggs in one basket. So
That's such
good
like a
luck.
Love Island thing to say.
No, but it's true. Like you really
Yeah.
are gonna put your eggs in this one basket and just hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they were mostly always talking to each other when they were on vacations, and when you're on vacations, it's like your level of happiness is always way happier, and you have less.
that is true.
worries.
I didn't think of that actually.
They never
Thanks.
talked between that, so it's probably going to be different then when they're talking like constantly.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, like a summer fling. Everyone has a summer fling. They just have it every year, kind of.
Yeah.
No,
Well, I
but they weren't they like college friends first? So
Yeah.
I feel like they do know who
No,
they
they
are
weren't.
with each
They
other.
weren't. They
They didn't
hated
like each other at the beginning, didn't they?
They hated
Yeah.
each other.
No, they didn't.
There's kind of enemies to friends to lovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about Poppy's family? I really like her family, honestly.
Yeah,
Like they're a
me
bit
too.
crazy, but they're really fun.
Yeah.
And like all of her boyfriends were such assholes. They would all just be like, "Yeah, your family's weird. We're not coming back here." And I'm just like, "This is her family." I don't get that part of like things. If you're gonna be with somebody, you kind of have to accept their family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also don't know who would tell somebody that they didn't like their family. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't like somebody's family, you keep that, you bring that to your grave that you don't like them.
Yeah.
You don't straight up
And you
say
better
something like,
learn to like them,
Seriously.
especially if you wanted to marry him, like marry her or whatever.
I mean, honestly, if you're in a relationship, I think at some point you're gonna be like, I hate your your grandma or something. You're gonna say it for
Yeah,
sure.
but not their entire family. Like,
Yeah.
they gotta go.
Right, and they only didn't like them is because they were just like a little bit weird, and not everybody is gonna be like that stereotypical family. And like people have problems, man. Like as long as they're not serial killers, it should be okay. Like if they respect you, respect your relationship, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's your favorite vacation they've been on?
I don't remember a lot of them.
I just love New Orleans. I don't know why. I also love the first one in the book just because it was raining and that scene is like ingrained in my brain. It was so beautiful.
I read that bit and I liked that bit. I did like that. And it was like it because it said like they ran to the car in the rain, and it really reminded me of, this is such a weird comparison, but that scene in Pretty Little Liars where Ezra's in the running through the rain. It just reminded me of that scene so bad. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I like that scene. That's a good one.
It's sad that I know the exact scene that you're talking
about.
Like,
yeah, I know. That was my favorite too.
But I also liked the recent trip just because like you guys, we were talking about how they're on vacation and they don't really get to act like how they would normally act. When you're put in extreme positions, like that is the best time to see how you are compatible with somebody, because when you're in stressful situations like that. So I think that because they survived that, that whole like no air conditioning, no like anything, and with his back problems, like her taking care of him, I feel like they could survive pretty much anything.
Actually, when he was talking about like his back problems, I literally thought he was going to say like he was dying of an illness, and that was the
Me
plot.
too.
Me too. Oh my god. Okay.
Isla, tell them what you thought, because you
No!
know better.
This is so embarrassing. Okay, I will not address this.
Yes, I will say it if you don't.
Okay, just say what I said though.
So I just finished it, and she started reading. She was like, why is he forgetting everything? Why has he like back pain?
Yeah, he's like 20.
Yeah.
Hello?
She was like, he had an accident, and now that's why he doesn't remember most of the stuff. I was like, you're looking too much into it. This is a romance book.
No,
it was so suspicious though why he was
Yes.
forgetting everything that she remembered very clearly.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
That
he's
should have
shocked that she
happened.
doesn't. Yeah, he should have. I was so mad when he was like, yeah, the only reason why I said I didn't remember anything was because I didn't want to love you. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
That is the worst thing in the world. Like, if something happened and I tell you, like, we both experienced something and you tell me it didn't happen, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to be in an accident. Like, I love him, but like that's the
I
That's
wanted him
like-
to die.
not die, but like I felt like she was setting it up for something. And then he's just like, no, I was just being rude.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect if she was setting it up. Back problems, forgetting stuff, some other problems.
Yes. And then like she finds out from Sarah. Oh my god, I would be so pissed if I found out from Sarah. I'd be like, okay. Also, just another thing that really made me mad, like just because like that Croatia thing, he didn't tell her so much stuff about his life just because of that. Like his whole grandma died that she loved.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. Like what?
That didn't really make sense.
Are you sure you gave this book 5 stars? You're like, another thing I hated.
Honestly, I was just happy that I finished this on time, and also like that ending part of. Yes, I did. I actually really did enjoy this book. I just like to critique characters, like and I was just really excited because this is the first Friends to Lovers that I really loved, and I was like 5 stars.
Yeah.
5 stars.
I like the anticipation that she built up for Croatia, even though it was kind of a letdown, but I really liked it because it made you keep on wanting to read each chapter. Like, I have to get to this big thing.
Yes.
Hello, John. Oh my days. 4:20 in the morning.
It's okay. Romance is the perfect start.
Yes.
I'm trying to think about what else we could talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm just so used to like really dramatic books that this was such a calm book. Like there was no twists in this. Like there didn't have to be. It's a fun holiday.
No, that's what I liked about it.
But also, like, where's the flavor? Where's the spice? There was nothing. There was nothing that I was like, wow. There was some sweet moments, some wholesome moments, but like, there was no like huge drama.
But I like that. I like that a lot about this book because like that's what a lot of romance books do, is that like everything is going well and then the last 30 pages come and then they're like, psych, here's a plot twist, and then it's not even really a plot twist, it's like miscommunication, and then they're like it's worse because they literally went like from 30 pages ago they were like, I love you and I will always believe in you and I trust you with everything, and then like one small thing happens and then they're like, oh no, I don't think this could work. With this one, it was not like that. And you know what? The author could have done that. There was like so many times. Like that raining scene, not the first one, but the last one towards the end of the book, where like they ripped down that like thing in the balcony so they could get out there, and then it started raining. And then they just started like telling each other everything. I thought it was like the perfect climax because it's raining again and they're like telling the truth about everything, and I was just, I low-key wanted to cry because, again, the anticipation. Why was it that long? But it was so good when it came. Yeah.
What was actually she ripping down? I didn't understand if, like, it sounded like she was ripping down a wall, but obviously it wasn't a wall. It was like a plastic. Why would there be a plastic?
Yeah,
it's
like those cover things. I don't know if you've seen them, but I've seen them a lot. Like they just cover, like they're like this clear sheet that's like taped to the top of it, and then you can't to close it off so that people.
Because there were constructions outside, so probably for the dust to not come in, and there's no window. Probably there's just
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What else happened in the book? Did you like the writing?
Yeah, I did actually.
I listened to it on like.
Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I was just gonna say that I wouldn't have finished the book if it wasn't for Poppy's sense of humor. I really enjoyed
Imagine Alex told this book. Like, imagine it from his perspective.
It
from
would
the
be
beginning.
so boring.
Such a boring,
dry as a desert.
He's so cute. Like, I love him, but like, you're boring. And Poppy really needed to start the book.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we think about like there was a part of the book where she was talking about like not having a career, like her doing her career, and then now she feels stuck. What do we think about that?
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't think she knows what she wants, and I think that it wasn't even figured out by the end, like what she wants, because her career and Alex didn't really have a lot to do with each other. Like they did, in the fact that she kind of like connected the two. She felt like her summer holidays, Alex, her job, but like, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I just completely forgot what I was talking about. So we're just gonna move on.
I think sometimes working as doing the thing you love makes you hate that. It has to be like really specific, or you have to have a really strong mindset to be like, yes, I want to. I still enjoy doing that. Like, I don't think I'll ever take a hobby as a job. Just to me.
I think I was invested since the beginning.
I think yes. I think I was invested, but it's because of that rain scene. Like at the end of the rain scene, I was like, okay, tell me how this goes. Like I need to see where this ends. But I will also say, like on the question before, because I just wanted to add something real quick. I just feel like sometimes like she's always been passionate about travel. I feel like she always knew that she wanted to do something with travel, and she started that little blog with Alex in the beginning. And you know, maybe like because she wanted some type of job security, she felt like she had to get a job at like this big magazine place. But slowly like she started to realize like that took away all of her passion. So like I feel like that was just a discussion for like, you know, a lot of people that have jobs. Like some people just have jobs because they feel like they need the security, and it might have started because they love that thing, but then it like becomes turned into like a 9 to 5, and she has to travel and she has to bring these camera people, and it takes away from everything. So I feel like it was just interesting to see that, just because like I feel like we live in like a society where like jobs are very important, and like a lot of people want to be so successful, and just like seeing her like go from being the super successful person to literally at the end of the book just being the small traveler person again. I thought that was like really interesting. But, yeah.
Thank you, Biscuit.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
We need to get this book.
Oh,
we're spoiling everything.
Yeah, we're spoiling
everything. I'm really sorry. About the being invested since the beginning, I have to say, Again, I don't know if I would have read the book if I didn't listen to the audiobook.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too. I listened to the audiobook on like 2.5, 2.7 speed.
2.5.
Yeah, because I knew that if I took more than like a day or two to read this book, I would not finish it. Like I may have read this in the height of July on the beach, but like
Yes.
these are not really books that I love in general. Do you know what I mean? Like rom-coms, they lack something for me. Even though I did like this one, I did like their relationship, but like
I feel like this would make a good movie too.
it would make
Yeah.
an amazing movie. It would make an amazing movie. Yeah.
And they should cast then Ezra for Alex.
No.
And then
No.
Lucy's just in the credits at the end, like, this is Lucy.
Yeah, casting by Lucy. Works for me.
Oh, now that makes me curious. Who would you guys cast as the main two characters?
Oh.
What color was her hair again?
I don't know.
Is it blonde? It's blonde.
No,
right?
Lucy for me is like redhead. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because everybody's a redhead.
Yeah,
Because from blood and
now these are redheads.
No, I love redheads. I love M the most. But seriously, stop. We don't, because now all of the fantasy characters are the same to me. Like, seriously. Like, I think, isn't like these, what is the one? Like the hollow one? These hollow something? Isn't she also a redhead? Like, I literally can't
five. Name 5 redheads.
Poppy and all the other fantasy books that are happening right now.
No.
Everybody from Mortal Instruments.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 already.
Fable from Fable. He's also redhead. And she's a pirate. That's the biggest stereotype.
Oh,
these hollow vows.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, she's a redhead too.
Of course she is. Yep.
Yeah. I have no idea. I forgot her hair color. I forgot her name at one point.
Yeah.
Isn't she on the cover?
Yes,
she is.
She has like this like little.
It's not how I pictured them.
So dirty blonde. Really. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes.
He's ginger.
Yeah.
He might be.
Oh, he looks kind of weird in that one.
He looks like who's ginger? A man.
Ed Sheeran.
Why has Ed Sheeran never been in a rom-com? He literally writes music like that's for rom-coms. Just be in a rom-com.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody would take him seriously if he was in a rom-com. I'm so sorry.
No.
But they wouldn't.
He's so cute.
Yeah. No, I don't picture her as blonde. Like, sometimes I skip over their descriptions in books. Like, I'll know the main points, like whether they're short, tall, whatever, but I just paint a picture in my head and then just, like, go with that. But I don't know who they look like. I can just see it in my brain, but I can't describe it. It's weird.
If it's a fantasy book, I usually just use anyone from the Vampire Diaries, whoever I think fits this. Always from the Vampire Diaries.
No, because I'm gonna start doing that now.
No, Reese is Damon. Every time.
I can see that. I can see that, yeah.
Has to be. But yeah. I still don't know any ginger actors.
Me neither. No. I don't know why.
Is there anything else with the book that we haven't talked about? I feel like with contemporary books, you can go over like everything you want to talk about so quickly. Whereas fantasy, you can delve into so many different
aspects of it.
Oh, wait, Archie from. Sorry.
Oh no! I was just going to ask you about the next book already. Keep it going. Keep it going, Lizzie.
Archie from Riverdale.
Oh no! I hate KJ Apa.
Owen Hunt from Grey's Anatomy.
I don't hate him. He's just so weird. Like, you don't have to be that weird. Like, I'm all for it. Be as weird as you want to be, but like, sir, those TikToks should be illegal. What are
How
you
old is he?
doing? He's like, I don't even know, but too old to be playing a high schooler. That's for sure.
They're all way too old.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fairness.
Didn't he just have a baby?
What?
Did he?
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Wait.
He's from Riverdale.
Stop.
Man.
He's a
What?
whole dad now.
Yeah, his girlfriend's pregnant.
I think they had the baby.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Why?
KJ up a discussion now.
Very on topic.
Is Lake's Edge a fantasy or is it contemporary or a
Oh,
romance?
Lake's Edge. Fantasy
Ooh, yes,
romance,
that's our
crime,
next book.
spooky book.
I'm
Yes. I'm excited too. Honestly, I feel like I would have never finished this book if it wasn't for the fact that some of the vacations weren't summer vacations. Because after the summer that we had of all that summer romance, I was really not wanting to read this. But
I know.
I did really like it. I feel like
Yeah.
that's why I rated it high, because I hadn't read like a cute adult romance in like a little bit, because I didn't want to read it. So I think that's why I also rated it high. But I'm so excited for Lake's Edge. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do not like classics.
I don't
I
really
wish I
read
could read them.
I mean, I like children classics. Peter Pan. I don't know. I cannot read classics. They are too hard for me.
Yeah. I don't read classics either. I want to try though. I'm trying to get into them.
The last classic I tried to read was like The Picture of Dorian Gray, but I just couldn't finish. I feel like maybe I should just audiobook it. But
I'm gonna read that one, I think, first.
I've read Romeo and Juliet. Disgusting. I was just like, no way this is happening in this book. You know her for like 2 seconds.
yeah. Oh my god. Taking poison. Oh my god. We had to reread that so many times. I hate mostly a lot of it.
Yeah.
I love Archie too, John.
He's handsome.
Yeah. Okay.
Do we have anything else left to say?
No.
There's no
I'm
much.
trying to think.
Honestly.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
there's
at
not much.
questions. Oh, okay. But just that's a weird word to start on. Just as soon as they are together, Alex is afraid that Poppy was settling for him. Why do you think Alex thinks this? Do you believe there's some truth to it? Why or why not?
Wow. I love
forgot the
this
first thing you said.
first of all. Wow.
What's wrong?
What was the key point again? Alex is afraid that Poppy is settling for him. Do you agree?
Yes.
Oops.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Wow. Divided. Why so?
Scared of being together. I think they both were. At some point.
Oh,
that's why they keep.
Is the question whether he was right or like in general? I don't know.
Wait.
Because repeat it. Repeat the question. Is it like in general, or is it like was he correct? What?
As soon as they got together, I don't know if it's like the for real they got together or their little shenanigans. He's afraid that Poppy is then settling for him, and that she could do probably like better, maybe.
I think that's just
okay, but that's my favorite trope in books, when guys think that girls could do better than them.
I love when guys are insecure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like if I was in his position, I would agree. I would think that she's settling just because like their whole lives, she's always talked about never wanting to have kids, never wanting to stay, never wanting to do anything. So I feel like he
Why
was
is
right
Em laughing?
assuming this.
Let's continue.
Yeah. Next question.
Yeah.
Next question, please. But yes, that's what I think.
Thank you.
Ooh, while traveling is really fun, there's also a question of running away from something when you're always on the road. What was Poppy running away from?
Her family.
What was
Your
Poppy running away
feelings.
from?
Everything.
Like
she just
everything.
wanted Alex. Like she
To
wanted
run
a holiday with him
forever.
Yeah,
And
no responsibilities.
yes, and he had to be the adult to be like, hey, you can't be on holiday forever. Also, I think it's just the fact that like they're both not rich. And I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever read. But also like, sometimes I want to read about rich people because then the vacation can go on forever. But I feel like it was just very important. And I think their fight at the end was also important because she really was using him as an excuse to not worry about like her professional life. And also I feel like Alex and her professional life should have never been on the same page. Like your romance and your professional life, in my opinion, should not be like that. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
What was the question? Yeah, it was like she was running away from her job, but her job was technically not to run away, but to go to different places.
Mm-hmm.
If that made sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're all just looking at Sarah.
There's not much to go into about this book because there's not like any plot twists. There's not any like writing quotes or anything. So it's just like the
I'm
romance.
gonna try to see if I have a quote because I really had this quote, but I don't know. I think it was just like
I took out any quotes from this book.
Mm-hmm. I think I loved the aspect of families in this because like her family is so like relaxed and then his family is the complete opposite, and like just the element of like his mother being dead and like him really having to become basically the father of everybody, like even of his own father, was just so interesting, especially like throwing in their wedding, like the wedding of his brother and then him having to see his family again. I thought it was just really good. And like you could just see throughout the book, like especially when he was hurt, he didn't want her to help him. And then when we find out more, and then it just made me really sad because I was like, he's not used to people helping him. And I feel like that's another reason why I think they will last, is because I feel like they can understand what each other wants without really having to say it. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I
they
really
just
like
get each other. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful.
Stunning.
Yeah. And honestly, like reading this after being in a pandemic, it made me feel like I actually traveled everywhere they went because it was just so real. Like in New Orleans, all the smells, I swore I could smell everything that they were smelling and where they went. It was just really good. Like really well done. I felt like I traveled with them. I felt like I was on that plane. I felt like I was in the rain with them, being creepy watching them. So it was it was really good. Yeah.
Okay.
We
hope everyone enjoyed our first live show of our Besties Book Club. Our next one will be sometime this year.
And no. There's like 2 months left of the year.
Yeah.
We'll announce it before the
This-
day before.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Yes,
I will promise I'll read the book.
well done, Lucy.
she promises.
I swear.
One live show, we should like all not read the book and like try and fool
Pretend
everyone that we
and
actually
see,
read.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
That would
Not
be
Lake's Edge though. I really want everybody to.
Oh,
read
I
it.
really want to read that book. Yeah.
We should pick like a really like bad Christmassy romance book.
Oh
No.
We read it all.
We could pick Let It Snow.
I
Isn't
won't
that my,
read
like,
that.
50
No. Okay, like
No, we're not reading it.
Mistletoe and Marriage or something. I don't know.
We could
it's
read
not a
The
real book.
Afterlife of is it Holly Chase or something? Like that girl. Have you seen that one? That one looks
That
really
girl.
good. That girl. That girl. I don't know.
We'll
yeah.
see.
Thank you for everyone for joining. We're gonna go now. See you next month or this month, whenever we see you next. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.